And in the midst of numerous scandals, Hillary Clinton is expected to announce she's running for president again this weekend. Now, things are a lot different than back in 2008 when, of course, she was running then. Joining me now with reaction, pollster Frank Luntz. Frank, how are you?
I'm fine, Sean. It's going to be fascinating what happens because we've never had a candidate who's this well defined. Everyone has an opinion. They either like her or they don't. But there's nobody neutral about Hillary Clinton anymore.
But honest and trustworthiness in these three swing states, according to Quinnipiac polls, she's got a huge problem. Ominous is the word that they used in the poll. Your reaction?
Yes, and credibility is essential. The fact is, we want a president we can trust. We want a president that we have confidence in. In fact, Sean, the two most important values that a president can have in 2015, number one is accountability, and number two is trust. And I wonder whether voters think that she's got it.
All right, let's go to Hillary attempting to explain why she didn't use emails as Secretary of State, some of which we now know is false. She had a BlackBerry and an iPad. Listen to this. Tell me how people react.
When I got to work as Secretary of State, I opted for convenience to use my personal email account, which was allowed by the State Department, because I thought it would be easier to carry just one device for my work and for my personal emails instead of two. Looking back, it would have been better if I simply used a second email account and carried a second phone, but at the time, this didn't seem like an issue. Second, the vast majority of my work emails went to government employees at their government addresses, which meant they were captured and preserved immediately on the system at the State Department.
The lowest numbers I think I have ever seen in you dialing, and here's the interesting part. There were a number of lies told. She had a BlackBerry, she had an iPad, and we know that those emails weren't recorded properly.
Well, that's the problem, and that's why she did so badly among Republicans. And truthfully, Sean, Democrats did not score her well at all. The lines just dropped. When you can't look people straight in the eye, I've got a camera in front of me. And so I'm looking right at you, even though I can't see you. If you noticed in that clip, she looks to the left, she looks to the right, that she's looking at her notes. If you're telling the truth, you can look the public straight in the eye, and you don't need a prepared text. And during the question, Sean, it was once again, she couldn't stare at anyone, and I think if you study body language, you'd understand why.
Absolutely.
She's not even confident in what she has to say.
Very well said. As I look our great audience in the eye, dead set in the eye. All right. You also dialed one other issue. When she said they came out of the White House dead broke, this did not go over well. Let's watch this.
We came out of the White House not only dead broke, but in debt. We had no money when we got there, and we struggled to, piece together the resources for mortgages, for houses, for Chelsea's education. It was not easy. Bill has worked really hard, and it's been amazing to me. He's worked very hard. First of all, we had to pay off all our debts, which was, you had to make double the money because of, obviously, taxes, and then pay off the debts and get us houses and take care of family members.
In the 19, I can't recall a single dial. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you ever see a 19 before?
Yes, and I was not expecting you to raise this, but when Bill Clinton, when he was testifying, answered a question by a judge, it depends on the meaning of the word is.
That was a 19?
That was actually a 17, Sean. So this is the second lowest. Look, her whining, her complaining about her income, about her financial situation, nobody cares that politicians have it tough. In fact, they think that politicians break all the rules. So start there. And then when you're the Clintons and you see how well they live now, it just doesn't sound right. It doesn't play well, and it really hurts her credibility.
Yeah. All right. Now, Frank, we're going to have you on a regular basis. We're going to be looking at Republican candidates, what they're saying that works and what doesn't work, and what's resonating with the American people this election cycle. So you got a lot of work to do, Mr. Luntz. So get out there on the road. Yeah.
And, Sean, I want them to go to luntzglobal.com. We're doing a dial session next week. luntzglobal.com. You can sign up, and you, too, can use those dials to react.
Where's that going to be taking place?
We're going to be doing it up in New Hampshire. So we're going to be able to tell you how people react to Marco Rubio and how they react to the beginning of the Clinton campaign.
All right. Now, when we have more interviews, we'll have Marco Monday for the hour. We've had Ted Cruz. We've had Rand Paul. We're going to go through certain of those candidates when we get all of them finished, and we'll get your take on who did the best in the interviews, okay?
Done. You got it.
All right.